Good morning and welcome to the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. You're watching the Solid Sports video blog, episode 206. Today's date is October 22nd, 2022. I'm Troy West Jordy once again for our weekly segment of the Solid Sports video blog. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you everybody who's been watching. Had a good, decent turnout for the NBA season preview special. So thank you guys for that. Been a good week overall for support, so I appreciate you guys. Got the community tab up, so I'm excited about that. So definitely keep a lookout for that, and leave a comment. I'll definitely shout you out on my community tab. But today's show, we got playoff baseball, MLB, the NLCSs getting heated up. Yankees down 2-0 to the Houston Nationals. They look to take a 3-0 lead this afternoon. Then the Phillies and the Padres. Philly with a 2-1 lead as the game 4 is tonight. So both games is crucial, as both two teams could be facing elimination tomorrow or the next game. Yankees and Padres got some work to do. But we'll check out all that. Look at each series real quick. NBA news. Of course, a lot of drama with the Lakers. We'll look at some of the early storylines. I gotta give some teams some credit. Gotta give my side eye to a few teams as they start the season. But I watched a few highlights this morning. Dame Dollar looked like he's back. The Denver Nuggets showed me something last night. Shout out to the Utah Jazz as well. That's the team I'm definitely wrong about so far. I thought they was gonna, but it's only 2 games. You can't overlook it one way or the other. But still, the way they've been playing hard, and they won their first 2 games of the season. But we'll look at it all that, and then we'll get into the NFL. Week 7 is here. Look back at the Thursday night game. Arizona Cardinals defeated the New Orleans Saints on Thursday night. I got my big 5 games here ready. I picked all the games for the rest of the week, so that'll be towards the end of the show. Of course, I always do the baseball first to get it out the way, because a lot of people claim they're not baseball fans. So and you guys can skip the part of the video, right? Like, you don't have to watch the whole video if it's a segment that you don't care for. I understand, because I don't know a lot of baseball fans really. So but I love baseball, like I said, so I'm always going to talk about it on my show, at least somewhat. I've been trying to get the NHL some love. I got my San Jose Sharks hat on today. Let me grab my fan, because it's hotter in here than I thought it was going to be. So let me grab my fan. Sorry about that. Alright. There we go. I got my little fan on me, so cool off just a little bit. Get real hot in my little old room. Anyway, let's get into the baseball news. It is a few little tidbits. The Rangers gonna hire Bruce Bochy as their manager. I think that's a great hire. I think he's a great manager. Rangers got some talent there. Maybe he could tap into it and have them be competitive in the AL West. So that's an interesting hire. Terry Francona is going to return for the Guardians next year, for the Cleveland Guardians. Also, more managerial news. The Blue Jays dropped the enter tag on manager Snyder, so he will be full-time manager now. So that's some off the field news. But on the field, let's go to the American League first. Yankees and the Astros. Of course, they haven't played since Thursday, game 2. But there's a 2-0 lead in that series. I expected the Astros to get upset by the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays didn't make it to them. The Seattle Mariners was actually the team, but they swept the Mariners. The Astros are just too deep. Honestly, I think they should be considered favorites to win the whole thing again. I don't know if the Yankees now. Garrett Cole is a big game tonight for him. He goes tonight in this game tonight. He's going to have to pitch the game of his life. Let's see who the Astros got on the mound to go against. Jericho. Got Javier going. So Yankees gonna have to win this. It's a must win anyway because you don't want to go down 3-0. But if anybody could believe they could come back, it's the Yankees because it's the only team that happened to going back to 2004 with the Red Sox. But I think the Yankees will win this game tonight. I don't think they're gonna roll over and get swept in this series. So I think they'll win this game tonight. Padres, Phillies. Of course, that game too was exciting with the Padres winning at home, but Philly came back and took care of business. The Phillies, man, they just feel, like I said, just feel like one of those teams. It's just they time. They just always get the timely hits, get the timely things to happen. Just a positive aura around the Phillies this postseason. As far as overall in this series, I mean, I'm not gonna count the Padres out yet either. Let's look at the pitching matchup for tonight. They've San Diego going to Mike Clevenger, so that's a clear advantage over Falter for the Philadelphia Phillies. So can the Padres take advantage of that? That is just sad. I just thought about this, that Fernando Tatis Jr. not playing. Who knows? He could have been a big factor. I know he's at home kicking himself for the PED use. Yeah, I guess you gotta take your punishment. But I think just to feel way say what I feel about the Yankees. They go into their ace, so they know this is a big game. So I think the aces will come through. So I think the series will last a little longer. Well, it's the best of 7, but once the team get the 3 wins, you're on the break. So I think both teams. I think this series in the NLCS will be tied, and I think the Yankees will get one to get back into it, 2-1 tonight. So that's how I see that playing out. So that's it for baseball. Like I said, it don't take me long to get through it. So like I said, I think the Padres will tie the series, and I think the Yankees will get their first win of the series. As this game 3, it's game 3 of that series. It's game 4 of the NLCS. So. But let's go ahead and move on to the NBA. The NBA kicked off this week. Let's go ahead and talk about the Lakers, because of the Lakers store franchise, especially when they doing bad, you go talk about them more. That's what it seems like you talk about them. But let me pull up the NBA page. But I don't know. Now everybody, people that I talk to, shout out to my man Melvin Bowman, my bro. Used to work with him at an old job of mine. Congratulations to him as well. He's doing a lot of big things. We was talking on Facebook yesterday. Something I posted my NBA preview, promotion or whatever, and he commented on it. It was, basically saying, I don't know, I forgot what he said, but we talked about the Lakers. I think I asked him how the Lakers going to do this year. He basically said the play-in if they don't change anything, and that's basically where I got him at. If they don't change, but basically he said Westbrook will have to go. But like I said, I don't know. You probably don't know who Kwame Brown is, but I follow Kwame Brown as well on his YouTube channel, and he was saying, which I think makes sense. He might gotta trade Anthony Davis as well, because Anthony Davis just not consistent. You still got LeBron. LeBron still playing at a high level. LeBron always succeeded if you had a lot of shooters and defensive guys around him. Shooters and guys that can play defense, and that's just true. And I think it will work. And you definitely with Davis, you can get something back. There's a lot of teams lining up to get Davis. Now Westbrook is going to be the problem to move him. But like I said, I don't think it's all a rush. Like I said during the preview special when I was previewing the Lakers, I don't think it's all on Russell Westbrook. I think it's the scheme. I think, even though Anthony Davis, like I said, I think he's got a little nick and bruise again. But if he don't stay healthy, the Lakers are an average team. Even with LeBron, LeBron will have to take a lot of the score load. But I also don't see them finishing higher than a play-in either if they don't change. Now, the things that Russ do have to improve on, the turnovers, obviously, and he's just not a good shooter. He has to change his game. He has to adjust his game, or become a better shooter, and that's not going to be overnight. So I think he should just focus on defense. And they played good defense against the Clippers the other night. They played great defense. They stayed in that game because of it. But he went 0 for 11 from the field. Basically, all the guards struggled. Lakers don't got no great guards. And he pressured Beverly. He brings that toughness, that tenacity on the defensive end. He's a streaky three-point shooter, but he's not a consistent scorer. So they need some guards that can at least shoot the basketball, and then LeBron can run the point. If you wind up keeping Davis, I think. But see, you're not gonna get a lot for Westbrook. So I think Davis will bring in the assets to win now. I think Westbrook, you probably would have to give up more just to get rid of him, just to have the team to take him. And then whatever team that is might not even keep it. They might try to buy him out. So, and I still think Russ got some game in him. I just don't. Honestly, I don't know. Other than his shooting, which is the obvious thing as far as on the offensive side of the ball. I think it's just he. Oh, excuse me. He like I said, he's not a good shooter. So now he used to get away with that with his athleticism, getting to the basket. If he can still do most of it, he just can't do it all the time like he used to. So I think he gotta either become a better jump shooter, or just don't even focus on offense, like Ben Simmons, for example. They probably would need some of Westbrook scoring, but you don't really need to. You need to step back and just sort of focus on running the point and playing defense. And when you get your matchup you want, take advantage, go to the hole. So I think he need to just adjust his game. But even with all that being done, Lakers is gonna be a tough season for the Lakers, I think, if things don't change. But there's only been 2 games, like I said, so maybe overreacted, maybe they figure it out, maybe rush a tournament into old Russ. But if one of those days happen, if they play the way they play now, they just at best they have play-in team. That's all. So, but the off the court stuff like him not going to the huddle, which happened last week, the way he looks, all of that stuff. That stuff will have to work itself out, hopefully. Like I said, I've never been in an NBA locker room, so I can't get that deep into it. But you have to say it is a factor, though. Do he really want to be there? Is that part of the reason why he's struggling? So hopefully all that stuff will work out for him. But if the Lakers stay the way they are, I don't think they're gonna get far. And barely make the play-in. So that's just the reality. But let's look around the rest of the NBA. Ja Morant, gotta give a shout out to him, man. Grizzlies won last night over the young Houston Rockets. I like the way the Rockets look. The little stuff that I see for Rockets. But 49 points for Ja Morant. I'm so glad he's back. I know he got injured last year. But I like this young Grizzlies team as well. And Ja Morant, definitely a superstar in this league. Definitely a top 5 point guard. Carried the Grizzlies. I think I was following this game a little bit, and they was down most of this game, but they was able to close it out. Big win for the Brooklyn Nets as well last night over the Raptors. Get the 1-1. The Utah Jazz, man. Gotta shout out to the Utah Jazz. To me, I had them as probably the worst team in basketball, but they fight, man. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. It took overtime, but they won that game. They beat the Nuggets, so two playoff teams from last year. And even though the Jazz was a playoff team, but they're a whole different team without Mitchell and Gobert. But Mike Conley doing this thing. That Jazz team, Jordan Clarkson, he's been huge for him the first 2 games. So right now, I have to give my props to the Utah Jazz. They 2-0 with 2 quality wins, because I think Minnesota and Denver are potentially NBA Finals teams, if things break their way. So for you to get those 2 wins, that should get the Jazz confidence. I mean, but it could flip. Like I said, it could flip any moment once they had that bad loss, or a loss. Because sometimes it's about confidence. You probably just coming in there like, look, everybody 0-0. Let's go out there, give us our best shot. And it worked for them so far. So gotta give my love to Utah Jazz. Definitely, I'm surprised that they're 2-0. Knicks, big win for them as well. The Boston Celtics also, they look good. Big win over the Miami Heat last night. I thought Boston might struggle with this. Maybe this coaching thing might not be a big thing after all. But Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum leading this team. So Boston playing well. Now teams that the New Orleans Pelicans as well. Shout out to them too. They 2-0. The win over the Nets was huge, beating Charlotte as well. So Washington as well. Washington Wizards 2-0. There's no real surprises on the bad side. I mean, it's too early to say who's bad or who's who you think is going to last the whole season. That's what I said. It's only been a few games, so what? I'm not even going to bring no negative vibes in here. I'm just giving my shout out to the teams that's overachieving right now. Jazz, the Pelicans, Zion Williamson, man, he's talented. If he stay healthy, that kid is going to be something else. And that team is going to be something else. So Brad Ingram to go along with him, and yeah, and CJ McCollum is down there now. So they got a decent little squad down there in New Orleans. So nothing to look at past. If Zion be Zion, they gonna be a factor. The West is, like I said, just so deep with talent. But the East is starting to get there too. Like I said, the East is starting to get a little deeper too. So definitely shout out to those teams. Ja Morant, monster game for him. Let's see what games is on today. Saturday. Yeah, it's a big list. Milwaukee, that was a big win they had the other night against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, if we want to get through the other two teams, the Sixers so far, James Harden has played well, but Joel Embiid off to a slow start. Don't know how that's going to go, but I think the Sixers are too good. I think they're going to turn it around. But if you want to go with underachieving team, the Sixers 0-2 is a little bit surprising. But they get the Spurs tonight. They should win this game at home. Pistons, Pacers tonight. Celtics, Magic, Raptors, Heat, Cavaliers and the Bulls. I want to see the Cavaliers. Cavaliers looked bad in their first game. Maybe they just got to get things together. Milwaukee at Houston at Milwaukee. That's gonna be a test. Oh, Grizzly Mavs play tonight. Now that's probably the game of the night that I would want to see, and it's on NBA TV, so that's cool. Luka against Ja, and Kings, Clippers. The late game. Nuggets get the Young Thunder. Okay, so that's all the games for the day. But yeah, the Grizzly Mavs, I definitely want to see that that game for sure. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the NFL now. We get through the show quickly today. Gotta get through the show a little quickly. The NFL segment always take a long time to go through all the games, but I got it right here already. Let's look at back at Thursday night's game. Arizona Cardinals had the New Orleans Saints. Now I didn't see the game. I just seen highlights here and there. And then the big controversy was Kyler Murray on the sideline. Like him and Coach Kingsbury got into it a little bit. But the Saints, again, turnovers hurt them, 2 pick sixes. That pretty much was the game because they only won by, Arizona only won by 8. So take at least one of those 2 pick sixes back, So it would have been a closer game. But as far as on the Cardinal side, a little scuffle with Kyler and Mr. Kingsbury, the coach. I don't see it as a big deal because I guess we have to see. I guess it's too early to tell. I'll put it that way. It's too early to tell what factor that is. But I like Kyler Murray though. Like I said, DeAndre Hopkins definitely had a good debut, so shout out to him. And I dig those black uniforms the Cardinals be wearing on primetime games. But yeah, the Cardinals, like I said, it was a big win for them to stay afloat. But I don't know. I think they do have some internal problems. But we'll see how that factors into the rest of the season. They just got a tough schedule. I think that's pretty much what's going to hurt them. I think their schedule is just too tough. But you see in the division, ain't nobody pull away. Seattle's still alive at 3-3. Rams are 3-3. And San Francisco's 3-3. So ain't nobody pull away yet. So if they could just stay afloat, you just never know. And the NFC is wide open, like I said. So and for the Saints though, that was a huge lot. I think they were 2-5 now. So I don't know. They just now you can't say it was Jameis. Andy Dalton was the quarterback that threw the 2 pick sixes. So like I said, honestly, I would at this point in time I would go with Jameis at quarterback. That's just my opinion. Alvin Kamara, you had to play better, unfortunately. Even though he's played pretty decently this year. It's that defense, though. What's going on with the Saints defense? That was supposed to be a staple. Saints defense haven't played that well either. So unfortunately, they 2-5, but they division also. No top team. Atlanta's playing better than people expected. The Buccaneers having their struggles. And Carolina's, it's Carolina. Then they traded Christian McCaffrey, which I did want to talk a little bit about, but I just think, just to hit on that real quick, so we can move on to the picks. I think the 49ers are going all in with Jimmy G, and I think they feel like Christian McCaffrey could be that piece to sort of solidify that offense. This could be a big pickup, but we'll wait and see. He's injury prone, so hopefully he don't get hurt. But other than that, I think it was a decent trade-off. I mean, they gave us a couple picks, a lot of low-level picks, but still a lot of picks for him. So people were saying, should they sit him this weekend? I think no. If you got him, if he can play, I would play him too. I wouldn't wait. I'll go ahead and play him this weekend. I've got a big game with the Chiefs. So I will go ahead and play him this weekend. But we'll talk more about that because we're going to talk about all the games right now. So let me pull the schedule back up again. Okay, so now let's do our picks now. First game up, Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens 6.5-point favorite. I don't know the way the Ravens were playing. I say that's high. That's a line that's high. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this game. I mean, they gotta win this game, right? Like the way they've been losing. And Cleveland, same way. They've been blowing games as well. They shoot themselves in the foot. So whoever don't shoot themselves in the foot win this game. But Browns, nothing to sneeze at though. With that running game, but it seemed like they want to be cute and mess the game up. So, but both of these teams have been the same way, blowing leads and things of that nature. So, who will be the more disciplined team? That's who will win Sunday. And I think it would be the Baltimore Ravens. Hopefully, as a Ravens fan, I hope so. Falcons at Bengals. Both teams 3-3. 6.5 Cincinnati. And I'm going to go with Cincinnati to win this game. I think the Bengals starting to get their stride a little bit. Starting to get their mojo. But shout out to the Falcons, though. Falcons been hanging in there. Like I said, I always liked that Marcus Mariota. I think Tennessee should have kept him a little bit longer. But, he went to Oakland, to Las Vegas. And now he's in Atlanta playing pretty decent football. But I just think the Bengals is just a slightly better team. Well, I wouldn't say slightly better, but the defense and everything else, I just think they're a superior team. I should say that's the word I really want to say. And I think they'll win that game. So I got Cincinnati over Atlanta. Lions and Cowboys. Like I said, I want to root for the Lions so bad because I think the Lions have actually played well this year. Been in a lot of tight games. I just think their defense is bad. Their defense has let them down a few games, and now the offense is starting to get caught up with because of Jared Goff. So, in my opinion, anyway. So I think this Cowboy defense gonna shut the Lions down. So I got Dallas winning this game. They 6.5-point favorites as well. All right, my first Big Five game of the day. Colts at Titans. Titans 2.5-point favorites. I was just talking about how the Titans should have kept Mariota because Ryan Tannehill, people starting to see enough of him to slow him down. But this is always a good game to watch because of the two running backs. Jonathan Taylor, though, haven't played that great this year. We'll see if Matt Ryan can play better, so we'll see. He look like he's done though. He really look like he's finished. So we'll see. But the Colts, like I said, they got the pieces, but it just feel like it's different this year. Titans, like I said, I like they moxie because they coach Mike Vrabel. This is a tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with the Titans at home. I just think they do enough. I think it'll be a close, tight game, and I think the Titans will prevail. To take control of this division. Jags and Texas. He goes to Texas and Texas. So we'll see. But I think Tennessee probably wind up in this division as well. Just because of the discipline they have. I really believe in Mike Vrabel, and he will keep them the Titans afloat. So I think it starts with this week. I think they win. I think they beat the Colts. And a tight one though. This is a tough one to me now too. Packers at Commanders. The Washington Commanders. Green Bay is 4.5 favored on the road. I don't know. Got to start looking at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got to play better, man. Hasn't been playing well at all this year. They only coming at 3-3. I think they lose this game. I think this pretty much solidified Minnesota with the week off, with a cushion there. Washington, like I said, Carson Wentz is up and down. Don't know what you're gonna get out of him. It's just that defense I'm disappointed in. I know Chase Young ain't back yet, but I think Washington got enough talent on that defensive side of the ball to keep things close. And with that being said, I think Green Bay wins, but I think it's going to be a close, tight game. Maybe a field goal. Buccaneers at Panthers. I think the Panthers pretty much punted this season. I think they just would have, I don't want to say tank, I don't like using that word, but I think they pretty much gave up on the season. Get rid of C-Mac. Firing Matt Rule last week or the other week. So I think they done. So I think Tampa, even though they haven't played well overall, but I think I'd be surprised if they win this game by less than 10. They 13-point favorites, and that might be pretty much right. So I got the Buccaneers winning that game. This game made my Big Five. The Giants, the 5-1 New York Giants at the Jags, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The crazy thing is the Jaguars are 3-point favorites in this game, which I really don't understand. The Giants not getting their respect. Shout out to my man Melvin Bowman again. I got the Giants, but 4th, I think, in my power rankings. I got Bills, I got Eagles, Bills, Vikings. Yeah, Eagles, Bills, Vikings, Giants. Then I got Kansas City. He said Kansas City should have been over the Giants and the Vikings because of strength of schedule and stuff like that. And I couldn't argue that. I told him that I could argue that, but gotta get those two teams they respect. The Vikings, I'm high on the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings are fake. I think the Vikings are good. Just think, Kirk Cousins. Just hopefully he'll blow it at the wrong moment. But I think they're gonna have a decent record. I think they might win over 10 games. Giants, I'm still not sure on, but I watch them closely. They gonna fight, and any football team that fights, they always got a chance to win the game. That's why they won last week. The Tennessee game, Saquon Barkley looks good. That's the bright spot that you can't deny. He looks great. Jags, a little pesky. Trevor Lawrence seems like he's starting to get a groove. His former teammate Eclipse Etienne. He's playing pretty well on the offensive side. Defensive side, little streaky. You know, they make stops here and there. But I gotta give the Giants their respect. I'm gonna go with the Giants to win this game, but this is a trap game because even though the Jaguars are favorites, so I think that helps the Giants stay in that we against the world mood. But the Giants, this is a game to me that's going to say a lot. Can they win the game? They supposed to me. They supposed to win this game, even though it's a road game and they road dogs. But I think this is a game. If you want to be a good team, this is a game you're supposed to win. So pressure on the Giants, and I think they come through with it. I think they win. And I think it'll be a close game again. I think they win. I think the Jaguars will give them a fight. But I got the Giants winning this game. The other New York team that surprised the people, the New York Jets, are 4-2 against probably the most disappointing team in the NFL. The Broncos at 2-4. Denver's still favored in this game as well. So, but the same day with the Jets, the same day with the Giants. And I see both of these teams played this year because they played the Ravens. So I've seen both of these teams up close. The Jets, I said it week 1, they got some fight in them. Especially defense. I love the Jets defense. The offense still, I mean, they getting it done. What's the running back, Hall? You guys get him more involved in the offense. Zach Wilson, to me, starting to come around. But still, offense still a little shaky to me. But that defense is what's going to carry the Jets, and I think it's going to carry them in this game. Now, Denver, Russell Wilson is reported he got injuries and things of that nature. People want to get deeper, saying, which could be true. This could be true. Not saying this part not true that I'm about to say, but he a family man. You know, Sierra got him doing things and all that. He's so focused on. He's not focused all on football like he used to be, and that's why he's struggling. And right now, Seattle do look good. The way Geno's playing, Seattle look like they made the right move. Russell Wilson haven't played well. But like I said, if you want to be an elite team in this league, if you want to be considered elite, considered not a mirage, I think the Jets, you got to win this game. And I think the way Denver's been playing, I think a lot of people think the Jets going to win this game. So I'm gonna jump on that. I'm gonna jump on the Jet. I think the Jets win. But I think it'll be a hard football game like always. And I think they're the games they like to play in. I think they relish in those games. I think that's why the Giants have done so well with these games as well. So I think it'll be just like that again. I think the Jets will win though, in a close one. I don't know what's wrong with Russ. He might not even play. They say it's a game time decision. So if he don't play, I definitely feel like the Jets will win. But if he plays, he can have a coming out party and just destroy everything. And I still believe in Russ. So wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos win this game. But I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm giving them their respect and how they been playing. And I'm looking at Denver. Their offense has been bad. So it's gonna have to be a defensive win if the Broncos get it, which they're capable of. But I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're going there and win. Here's the Texans at the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Raiders here. Raiders, even though they 1-4, they've been playing pretty decent ball, just haven't been able to finish games. Texans haven't been a rollover either. They've been in games, close games, but just couldn't finish them. But I think the Raiders are just a better team, and they're at home. What's the spread? 7 might be too high, but I don't blame whoever did the line. I don't blame it. 7 to me still seem high though, but I'm gonna go with the Raiders at home. Fourth game of the Big Five, the Seattle Seahawks. This was talking about them against the LA Chargers. You notice it's a theme going with my Big Five. All these teams, like the Chargers, the Jets, the Giants. Now everybody see your success. Can you conceive your success where you get too complacent with yourself? Chargers are 5-point favorite. Seahawks 3-3. You know, they had some terrible games, but Geno Smith has definitely found the light. He's been playing well, but I think the Chargers might like this Seahawks defense. The Seahawks defense this ain't the Legion of Boom. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Chargers be able to hold Seattle, contain Seattle more than Seattle be able to contain the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert had one of his best game of this year. He's been off to a little bit of a shaky start quietly as well. But it's been Austin Eckler for the Chargers, who's been playing well. No Keenan Allen, and maybe that's why Herbert has struggled in the passing game. But I got the Chargers winning, though. The 5 points is pretty dead on for me. So I'm going to go with the Chargers, though, to win at home. Seattle, though, they lose this game. You're still not out of it. You still got a chance to make the playoffs and to possibly win this division if things don't go right with the Niners and the Rams. I don't know what's going on with the Rams either. So, you know. So I'm going to go with the Chargers, though. But, this is a game you're supposed to win, though. This is a game you're supposed to win. If you want to be in that top tier, this is a game you're supposed to win. So I'm calling these out. I called the Jets out. I called the Giants out. If y'all are real teams, you're supposed to win this week, period. I might look at you a little different if you don't. Chiefs at 49ers. Now, this is probably the game of the week, easily. 49ers has Super Bowl aspirations. They just got Christian McCaffrey, which I just mentioned. This is the 5th game of the Big 5. Chiefs coming off that rough loss against the Buffalo Bills. But the offense, to me, showed me something with the running game. Can they continue that? Niners defense, though, pretty stout. And Jimmy G, pretty much when Jimmy G don't turn the ball over, the 49ers win. So can he contain his turnovers? If Chris McCaffrey plays, how much are you going to be involved? And I do think this is a big spark for them. Deebo Samuel, maybe he don't have to carry the ball as much. But I would still use Deebo the way you use him. George Kittle, can he have a big game this week? So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on the road. I just think the Chiefs are just a little bit slightly better. But I think the Niners going to challenge them. I think it'll be a close game. Chiefs is a favorite by a point, though, just 1 point. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, though, and less than 6. I think it'll be close. Steelers at Dolphins this Sunday Night Football. If Tua plays, I don't know. If Tua plays, let me see. If Tua played, I might go with the Dolphins just because they're at home. Pittsburgh, though, that was a big win last week against the Buccaneers. But like I said, Brady, I think styles fit fights. I think Brady is a quarterback that they can dominate because, they can pretty much dominate any quarterback because I think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. But I think just their scheme alone, Tom Brady fits into what their scheme is. Oh, I forgot about that storyline. Brian Flores is a coach for Pittsburgh. He's not on the injury list, so I'm guessing he's starting. So if Tua's starting, I'm gonna go with Miami. The controversy about Tua a couple weeks ago with the concussion, but I forgot about the Brian Flores story about this as well. So this gave out a lot of storylines. The NFL know what they be doing, man. They set up these games. I mean, it's probably Sunday night. I'm just mean the primetime part of it, but your schedule pretty much, you make your schedule about a year before because your schedule pretty much set next year the way once you finish the year. So they ain't put the game together per se, but they're having us a Sunday night game. Give it a little bit of drama with the Brian Flores fiasco. Smart NFL. So people gonna watch this for that. But there's a lot of Steelers fans, and I know one. My boy Jimmy trolling me last week because the Ravens lost. But I think y'all gonna lose tonight, buddy. I think the Dolphins get you. I think it'll be close though. So I think Tua just coming back to get his feet wet. And like I said, y'all defense is legit. Y'all defense legit. If I just let me see, because is TJ Watt back, or is he out for a long period of time? He's not on the list either, so I'm not sure about TJ Watt. But still, that defense is the truth. So I will make it close, but I think Miami pulls it out and win. All right, so we got one game left. Monday night, Chicago Bears at the New England Patriots. This is Patriots been playing well. Bears still don't know who they are. I'm gonna go with New England here. 7.5 might be too big. Let's see. Is Matt Jones back? He's questionable. Okay, so, but I like that kid Zeppy, whatever his name. I think he's a rookie. I don't know. He just seems like he's more of a natural quarterback. Matt Jones, he looks a little stiff in the pocket a little bit sometimes. I don't know. Seems like he's unsure about stuff. Zappy, he looks like he's just a backyard guy that can just, stand back there and throw the football. So if I'm New England, I don't know. I like Mac Jones too, but Zappy been lighting it up. But the Bears defense is not the old Bears defense. They're a decent defense, but it's not, But I think New England wins. 7.5 might be too high. I think New England will pull it out and win on Monday night. So that is our Week 7 picks for Week 7. About to wrap up the show. We got some time. About a good 8 to 15 minutes left. So just my final thoughts. Like I said, let me talk about the channel. Like I said, I got my community tab up, so definitely feel free to comment. I definitely won't mind shout you out. Shout out to my man Good Vibes. I don't know if today's your birthday or not. I know you said your birthday was coming. I know you said you had some big plans today. Thanks for joining the stream on Thursday. I'm live Thursday every week on Twitter. On YouTube, right on YouTube, and Wednesdays on Twitch. So there's 2 live streams, but we got a special live stream next Friday as Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer will be available. So we going live, me and my man Don Parker, my brother. We will be live talking crap and kicking ass. So join us Friday night. So we will have 3 streams. We have a Wednesday stream, a Thursday stream, and a Friday stream. Twice on YouTube, back to back. For Modern Warfare 2. So that's coming. Sonic Origins, man, they treated me well. Another video hit over 1,000 views just yesterday. Y'all like the boss rush. Now I'm gonna do I'll probably start maybe Monday. I'll probably start the little mission modes in each game. Sonic 1 and 2. I might break it down to a couple of parts depending on how long it is. That'll be the next content that's coming, that's new. But we still got some boss rushes to do, so we'll do those as well with the different characters. So, like Sonic 1, I'm done with. I'm pretty much almost completely done with Sonic 1 because the game is shorter than the other ones. So, but that was my original Sonic Origins video is almost 2,000 views, about to be 1,900. And then I got another video, Sonic 1 again, but it's the boss rush. That's over 1,000 views. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check it again. I probably post it on my community tab, but I'm so happy about the community tab on YouTube though. I really am. Get the chance to interact with you guys more, shout you guys out, show my love a little bit more. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate YouTube. I must have rated to must be my watch hours that got me over that milestone. I know you can't do certain stuff until you hit certain marks, so I must have hit the marks with my watch hours or my views, one of the two or both. Yeah, so that's cool. So just check out the community tab. I give updates all the time. Today I'm gonna try to do a Madden. Well, I go straight try. But sports Sunday weekends. I'm gonna do a Madden video. Bills. I forgot who they playing. I know they on a bye this week. So I don't know who they playing in the next week, but that's the game that's gonna be played. Whoever they play in week 8, that's who they gonna play. That's what you will see today. And I do a little bit of more Modern Warfare 2 campaign, early access mode. So you'll see that those 2 days today. Maybe some more content later on tonight, since I'm off tomorrow. I probably don't mind. I was going to do an NBA 2K video last night, but I did wind up getting tired and going to bed. So, but it will be either tonight or tomorrow morning. NBA 2K, the season preview. The Brooklyn Nets. We will be the Brooklyn Nets. They go through the season. So that's all the things immediate that's coming up. Oh yeah, Resident Evil Village, they DLCs. I gotta do some research on it, but that might be coming out this week as well. So I'm gonna try to have that prepared. Last of Us. I think we get near the end of that. I need to finish that though before I get into the Resident Evil DLCs. So I'm juggling a lot, but and juggling work has been rough. This week had a little incident. It's throwing off some things, but other than that, just we'll keep pushing. Like I say, we'll keep pushing. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all support makes me want to push. Check out all my social media outlets. Now I'm on TikTok now. I think I've been on there about a week now. So check out my TikTok. I do little updates. Yeah, I ain't gonna be on that dancing. I already said that. I'm not gonna be on that dancing and singing and not like that. But I do little smart, little fun little things on there, and I'll give you updates on what's going on with the channel and with the blog as well. So, all right. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I feel my eyes getting heavy, so probably take a little quick nap. That I put together the man video and Modern Warfare 2 video. And you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay warm. I mean, even though it's thick here in Baltimore, we're supposed to get some warm weather the next couple of days, but it's been a little chilly. So wherever you are, just be safe. That's all I said. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the support, everybody. Like I said, definitely hit me up. You might see yourself or my see a shout out on my YouTube community tab. So I'm Troy West. Said thank you so much for watching. Check me out on all my social media. Definitely reach out to me, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much. Peace and love.